Good morning, fellow entrepreneurs. First, I would like to welcome each and every one of you all to this special occasion. And this special occasion that I have and what I want to talk about is first, how many of you all have ever got a chance to talk to a DJ, not walking up to him and say, hey, can you play this song for me? But have you ever had a chance to talk to a DJ offline and ask him everything that, what all did he do? And I'm talking about what all does a DJ do as it opposed to running a business. How many of you all ever just offline just say, hey, man, how do you all work? How do you all operate other than just playing and entertaining? Not too many people, huh? Well, I tell you what, you got an opportunity right now to talk to a DJ and find out the behind the scenes business part of what goes on as a DJ. I know there's a young man in here right now that knows all about that, and he can relate to me. But what I want to share with you all is there are some topics that we all have in common. We are DJs, and we primarily do entertainment, and we play and we entertain people, but we have a business side, and we share a lot of the same ideas and ambitions and workshops and putting things together as you all small business. We're on the same boat with you. We just do something just entirely a little different than what you do. So, there are some things, some tips that I want to share with you. It's not a lot of them, but I think you will probably say, yeah, I see, same thing happens in my business. You know, I'm an entrepreneur also. Same thing that happens in my business is the same thing that happens with DJ. Now, as DJs and running a business, there are some things that we have to do that we have in common. Number one, our ambition. We have to have ambition, we have to have dreams, we have to have ideas, and we have to act on them. So we have to be ambitious, we have to have dreams, and we have to have ideas, and we have to act on them. That's the same thing you have to do in your business. The DJs do the same thing. We have ambitions, we have ideas, and we have to act on them because that's what makes our business keep going. Another one is drive. When I started my business, I dabbled in certain things. I had about 20,000 things that I wanted to do, and it wasn't pertaining to being a DJ. It was pertaining to being a producer and working with music and working with artists and working with artists, up-and-coming artists, and getting them that kickstart off into the business of entertainment and music. So I was like, man, I got all these things. And then I had that drive, and I went for that drive, and I stayed in that lane. And then all of a sudden, that lane started going into different avenues. I started understanding that it wasn't a lot of people around here that wanted to get into the music business, or people got into the music business, wanted to sing and entertain, and then they fell off. They started going into other places, started wanting to do it. I'm really not interested in doing that anymore. And then my producing business, my pre-production business kind of started slowing down. So I had to have the drive to say, wait a minute. If this is not working, I think I need to go in another direction. So what I did, I looked around, I had equipment, sound equipment, kind of understood how music works. I said, man, I hung out with a couple of DJs. They showed me how they do it and stuff, got me to stand behind the scenes, got me to get the microphone and hype the crowd up and stuff. And I said, I think I could be a DJ. So I already had the equipment, I already had the, the entertainment side, understood how to make people get up and dance. So I started getting equipment, I started hanging around those guys, and they were showing me how the tricks of the trade. And then one guy that I contributed to actually getting me in the DJ scene, I showed up at his gig, he was playing, and he said, I gotta go to the restroom. And the dance floor was packed. He said, I gotta go to the restroom. Can you take over? I'll be right back. I was nervous. I said, no, man, I don't know how to. He said, you know how to do it? Just keep the crowd. Don't let the crowd go sit down. That's all he told me. Don't let the crowd go sit down. They on the floor. He left. And I got up there and I was nervous. So the song had ended and I had to go to the next song. As the song was going down, I brought in the next song, started hyping the crowd up. Everybody stayed out on the dance floor. I started sweating. I said, okay, I got him. He came out of the bathroom laughing. He said, I didn't have to go to the restroom. That was a test for you to see if you could do it. I said, man. So to make a long story short, I had the drive to change lanes, to get into the business. And once I got in the business, now I got the business, I was renting equipment and doing things like that. And I had to say, okay, I'm making money, but by renting this equipment, I make the money, then I got to give that person, a cut because I'm using his equipment. So I had the drive and determination to kind of, pivot and say, well, I can make more money if I get my own equipment. So that's what I did. I had the drive. I knew that I could do it. I had the confidence, so that gave me the drive. Now, I had to make a dream. I had to have a dream and follow that dream. A dream without a plan is what? It's a delusion. A dream without a plan is a delusion. So if you have a dream and you don't follow that dream, then you're just having a delusion. Like I said, hey, it was a lot of things I wanted to do, but once I narrowed it down to being a DJ, I said, I'm going for it. Next thing I had to have was the discipline. The discipline to stick to my goals and be consistent. I had to have that. And regardless of, I would have a lot of clientele or get a lot of customers one week, and then the next week I wouldn't get anything. Then the week after that I didn't get anything or any customers and stuff. So I had to have the discipline to stick with it. You gotta stick with it, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or what, you gotta stick with it. You gotta have the discipline to stick with it. So that's what we share as entrepreneurs. We gotta have the discipline to stick with it. Leadership. Now, in the role of leadership, I was in the Army, retired, 20 years, and I had 15, 20, 30, 40 soldiers. And I had to be a leader to all of those soldiers. So in the business of an entrepreneur by myself, I had to have leadership skills, because if I had something, a gig or something that I had to do, that I had to inquire subcontracting somebody to help me, I had to be a leader into, leading them to how to help me and how to, be motivated. So I had to have leadership. So that's what we have to do, especially as entrepreneurs. If we grow and we get other team members in our team, we have to have the leadership to be able to lead and control the team. So leadership is very important as an entrepreneur. I had to have creative thinking. And let me tell you, my creative thinking is off the chain now. I constantly think about different ways that I could DJ, different ways I can bring in more customers, different ways I can have everybody, once I do play, I gotta have that creative thinking is, how can I have everybody have a good time? Because I want them to call me or come back and to keep my DJ business going. So I had to have all these creative things. Some things I would throw out there just to see if they would happen or if they were good. And if they wasn't too good, or the customers or the group of people that I'm playing for wasn't feeling it, I would take that and put it off to the side. I wouldn't throw it away, I would just put it off to the side. So once my creative thinking was coming into a party, I'm gonna give you an example, coming into a party and they said, we just want a DJ. Well, I would come in and DJ and I said, well, what about a Soul Train line? What about a Scrabble board that we put up there to kind of pique people's interest, to come up and, get engaged? Because sometimes as a DJ, you'll play and the customer wants you to just play. And then everybody's sitting in there, nah, that's probably not too good. I like to play and get everybody involved. So like I said, I came up with party ideas, all kind of things that you could probably do to pique people's interest and get people involved, because I like to get people involved when I DJ. So creative thinking is something that you're gonna have to do as an entrepreneur in your business. You gotta have all these different ideas. And there's nothing wrong to have all these ideas and write them down and go back to them every once in a while. Maybe not necessarily try to do all of them at the same time, because you'll get confused. You get really confused. So just have these ideas, write them down every once in a while, peek over and say, I want to try that. Oh, that didn't work. Well, I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to try that. Oh, that worked. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to try that. Oh, that worked. So those two ideas that you put together and they're working for you, That helps you keep your business going. So creative thinking is very important. The next, strategic thinking. You have to have a strategy, because there's different dynamics in your business. I talked to an entrepreneur last week, and I was telling them, they said, well, you know what? I have all these great paintings, exotic paintings and stuff that I'm trying to sell. Well, you have to have the strategic thinking about, this may not be the group that want to buy your paintings. You may have to take those paintings to a area where people are interested in those types of paintings. And she said, you know what? I never thought about that. Yes, you have to have strategic thinking. You have to go after your demographics. Go after the people that really are interested in your business. And it's very important. So you have to have strategic thinking when you're running your business as an entrepreneur. I do it all the time, and I've adopted that. Early technology, adapting to early technology. The technology we have going on now is very important, and you have to adapt yourself to it because the world is changing. People are more into their cell phones, their computers, and that's how the world is run now. So you have to have that technology in your entrepreneurship to keep you going, to keep up with the changing of the times, the changing of what's going on. Because if we stay, I remember being a dinosaur, and I am a dinosaur, really. I'm 63 years old. I am a dinosaur, or going into the dinosaur age. And I sat down with a customer that wanted me to DJ a 16-year-old party. And when I walked in, they looked at me, they was like, this ain't the guy that's supposed to do my daughter's party, because look how old he is. You know, so and I walked in, and I knew that's what the atmosphere was. So I asked him, I said, I'm 63 years old, but I have grandkids, I have kids, and I understand how the music of the different generations go. So once I started talking to the parents, and then I looked at the team, and I started telling them about the hip hop songs and relating to them, they said, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah, we need to hire this guy. So you have to adapt to all the different technologies and all of the different demographics and what's going on in your entrepreneurship to draw those customers in. Because if not, a lot of them will just move on to the next person. So everything that you do within this time frame of what I'm telling you is to help your business. And if you don't do it, you will get left behind. You'll be a dinosaur. Nobody really wants to deal with you because there's so many businesses out here now. Believe it or not, the business that you're doing right now, there's tons of people that's doing the same business that you're doing. And you have to be competitive. I see Ricardo sitting there saying, nah. Yes, it is. They may not be in this area, but they're somewhere around, and they may pop into this area, and then you're going to have some competition. Because as a DJ, I had tons of competition, still have tons of competition that's going on right now. And you have to set yourself away from all of the competition that you have, and that's the way you get your customers. Treat your customers right. If you treat your customers right and you take care of them, you will have repeat customers. I can raise my hand right now. I don't do a lot of advertising. You don't see me on Facebook. You see me on Facebook sometime. I don't have a website. I used to have a website, paid a lot of money for a website. Don't have a website anymore because I have repeat customers. I do take care of the customer. Customer passes my information on to other people. People come in and watch me play and watch how I react with the crowd, and they come up and ask for my business card, and that's how I run my business, basically. And I'm blessed because a long time ago, I used to have to beat the streets. I used to have to stay out 2, 3 in the morning. I used to have to travel. I used to have to do a whole lot of stuff to gain that clientele, and I learned that I can pay a lot of money for advertisement on a website, but like my son told me, he said, go look at the websites for DJs. Just type in DJs. You got a ton of DJs in that area that's doing the same thing. So if you don't have a way to set yourself different from what they're doing, you're not going to get that many clientele. So what I decided, I was strategic and I had discipline. I said, well, if I just play and everybody having a good time and react to people and communicate with people, I'm going to see if that's going to help me be commodity in the area, a reoccurring entrepreneur, and that's what I did. I pivoted and went that way, and it was successful, and it's still successful. And I'm at the point where I am very confident and I'm very comfortable with not having a gig all the time. I told you I used to work Monday through Friday, DJ sometime on Friday. I get off from work and have a gig on Friday night. Gotta go do 3 o'clock in the morning, do the gig, come back home. Saturday have a gig. Sunday just go to church and pray and rest. Monday start all over again. You know, it was just boom. You know, it was all over the place. And I don't. I really enjoy that, but right now I'm older now, and there's some things I want to do with the family, and I'm at the place where I can do those things, go see my grandkids and do that. So the bottom line is that what I wanted to share with you all is, we as a DJ, we have the same similarities of business, and what we go through is the same thing as what you all going through. That's why I can relate to each and every one of you all what you're going through, because I've been there, done that, and got a t-shirt. And that's the competitive nature in me. I'm still competitive. I'm not settled in my ways while I sit back. I still go out there and learn the technology, learn something new, try something new in my DJ business. I still go out there and talk to people and interact with the crowd. I still go out there and try to get new customers. I'm not as aggressive as trying to get new customers now, but I still like to get new customers. I like to try a lot of variety of parties, which is team parties, top 40, rock and roll, gospel, hip hop. So what I did, I opened my resume up to doing all types of things, and that way it has set me away from some of the other DJs, because there are DJs out there that just do team parties. There are DJs out there that just do clubs. There are DJs that's out there that just do fundraisers and I just incorporate all that. I try to do everything. So that's what you need to do as entrepreneurs, is to bounce around and just be flexible, and you'll be successful. I guarantee you, I'm telling you, stick with it, have the discipline, and learn the technology and leadership and ambition, and you will be successful in your business. It may take a while. Sometimes it's a long way, and sometimes there's a fast track. If you take your time and get it together, you will have longevity. You will have longevity, I guarantee you, I promise you. So that's basically my class. Hope I motivated you. I hope you have tons of questions. And I see right now I don't have any signs of I'm about